Hello everyone, Jav here from Cut and Make Crafts, and today's topic is extremely important, especially for those who want to crush their goals by the end of next year. I know we have reached the end of 2021 and we're just about to get into 2022, and this is the time to start getting serious about your goals for next year. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the 3 important mindset shifts that you need right now if you want to achieve your goals by the end of 2022. So for those of you who are new here, I am Jab from Cut and Make Crafts and the founder of the SVG Superstar Coaching Program. And I teach crafters with a full-time job how to make a living from SVG cut files while working their full-time job and just spending 1 to 2 hours a day on selling SVGs. I know I said by the end of 2022 and not by the beginning, and what does it even mean? Why are we talking about the end of 2022? That's because it takes time to build a business. It takes time to get traction, to make progress. And building a business is not some kind of magic where you just wave a wand and everything just falls into place and you start seeing instant cash flow from your shop. $500, $1,000 every month. No, it requires a lot of strategic planning and a lot of building blocks that need to go together for you to be able to reach that goal of making a living from your SVG business. So if you want to achieve your big goals by the end of 2022, this is the time to start thinking strategically about it. So let's talk about the goals first, right? What kind of goals do you have? Maybe you want to cut down your hours in the next couple of months so you can spend more time with your kids. Maybe you want to completely quit your job so you can spend more time with your kids. Maybe you are just not feeling healthy enough to be working full time and you want to cut down your hours so you can focus on your health. Maybe you want to pay off your home loan, or maybe you want to pay off your debt. Maybe you want to make some extra cash so you can send your kids to all those fun activities, fun lessons, dance lessons, soccer practice. Maybe you want to upgrade your car, or maybe you want to move to a new location. Maybe you want to take a luxury trip somewhere. Maybe you want to go on a super fun Disney trip without being frugal. So you can have unlimited goals, and if you want to achieve those goals by the end of the next year, this is the time you need to start thinking. And maybe you have those goals for a couple of months now. Maybe you've been thinking about it for the last 12 months. Or maybe you have been thinking about it for the last 3 months or 6 months. And all those days have passed and you're just sitting there without making any moves that will help you in reaching your goals. And if you don't do anything about this very instant, I can guarantee you that by the end of the next year, you will be sitting in the very same state 12 months from now. I can guarantee that. So this is the time to start really thinking about it if you are serious about achieving your goals in the next 12 months. 12 months are enough to completely change your income, your business, your life. There's so much you can do in the next 12 months that will help you, that will bring you closer to where you want to be, that will help you in reaching your goals. There is so much you can do in next 12 months if you start thinking about it, if you are strategic about it, right? So the first thing I want you to Awesome. So first thing I want you to do is to ask yourself, how can I achieve my goal the fastest way possible? How can I do this the fastest way possible? How can I pay my home loan off the fastest way possible? How can I cut down my hours the fastest way possible? So you need to ask yourself, how can I start making a living from SVGs the fastest way possible? Because you have already wasted all those months just sitting there doing nothing about accomplishing your goals. And your kids are getting older. You're missing out on all these amazing moments with your kids. Your interest is just accumulating. So you need to find a way to start making some extra cash as soon as possible. So how do you do this with a full-time job without compromising more of your family time, without getting frustrated? What can you do right now to achieve your goals fastest? So ask this yourself. Just sit and brainstorm. How can you do this ASAP? Because you don't want to be wasting time here and there. And talking about time, you need to ask yourself, how can you make the most of your limited time? Because right now you're probably working a 9-to-5 job, or maybe you're working 12-hour shifts a day with no breaks. And once you get home, you have all those chores piled up. You need to do the laundry, you need to do the dishes, you need to fix the dinner. And then you also need to spend some quality time with your kids, with your partner. And whatever little time you have at the end of the day, you cannot be spending that time on YouTube trying to figure everything out on your own, how to design SVGs, how to package them to sell, how to save SVGs in the design space to sell on Etsy. I mean, you're just wasting your precious time Googling all these things, watching free YouTubes, and doing all this on your own is just slowing you down. And you'll see that even after spending 1 to 2 hours looking for tutorials, you're still stuck at the same amount of sales, at the same amount of revenue from SVGs. Maybe it's been 12 months and you have just made like around 12 sales, or I don't know, maybe you have just made around 1 or 2 sales. Like, you are putting in so much effort. You are sending your child to daycare. You are sending your child to other family members to look after your child, and you have this time and you're spending all this time. You're working so damn hard, yet you're not seeing that living coming from your SVG files, your SVG designs. And so you need to think about what can you do right now so that you make sure that whatever time you put in right now results in sales. You see immediate results from your time. So think about it. Your time is extremely precious. And if you don't value your time right now, I can guarantee you that you'll be stuck in the same place 6 months from now. And it's going to take you around 6 to 7 years to finally grasp everything that goes into running a profitable SVG business. And by then, the SVG industry would be in a completely different place, because it's growing in leaps and bounds. And by the time 6 to 7 years have passed, by the time you have grasped the basics of selling SVGs, there will be a ton of established designers already making a ton of extra cash, selling all those different designs, and you would still not be able to compete with them. So think about it. Like, what can you do right now to avoid this in the future? What can you do right now so that 6 months from now you are at least making $1,000 from SVG cut files by just working 1 to 2 hours a day? What can you do right now? And you need to start thinking bigger, like not just about yourself. Think about your kids, think about your family. what for your kids and for your entire family, is DIYing your way to making a living from SVGs the best thing for your kids' future? This is a question that every crafter needs to ask themselves right now. Is DIYing your way to making a living from SVGs the best thing for your future, for your family's future, for your kids' future? Because if you DIY this thing, I can guarantee you that it's going to take you 6 to 7 years to see that consistent monthly income, to see some traction based on the limited amount of time that you have right now. And who knows, like, you might even lose your job in the next 6 to 7 years, God forbid. Like, who knew this pandemic was coming, right? And so many people lost their jobs like this. And you never know if your future is secure. So that's why you need to think about what you can do right now instantly to start seeing some cash in the next 6 months. Is taking 6 to 7 years to build a profitable SVG business really going to help your kids? Because is it really going to help you in paying off your loan, or is it just going to increase your debts, right? Like, if your child is 3 years old right now, in 2 years, she's going to be, 5 years old, and she'd want to go to all those extracurricular lessons, dance lessons, swimming, theater, and plus you might just have another child in the next 3 years. And with the inflation rate going up, your expenses are just going to skyrocket with having 2 kids at home. And so how are you going to afford all of this, provided that there are barely any promotions these days? Like, people are falling in below poverty line instead of going up. So what can you do right now to prevent this? When you already have a job, you have a way to invest in your business. So why don't you take this opportunity and do something positive towards making a living from SVG cut files? So you need to make some tough decisions right now that will beautify your family's future, rather than forcing you to fall below the poverty line. So if you want to see some solid cash coming in from SVG cut files from your SVG shop in the next 12 months, this is a time to get uncomfortable and take some solid action. Because I know crafters who have been watching my videos for more than a year now, and they all want to make a living from SVG cut files, but they're just stuck at the same place because they are not valuing their time. They're not serious about accomplishing their goals ASAP, and they're not looking at the bigger picture. They just want to DIY everything, and that's why 12 months have passed and they're stuck at the same place. So this is what I want to tell you. Like, you have a very limited time, and if you want to make big changes in your life, you need to get uncomfortable and make big decisions right now. And that means overcoming the fear that's holding you back from making those decisions. And you need to take some courage and choose courage over fear. Have courage to believe that you can succeed and take the right steps. Don't go in the wrong direction. Make sure you're going in the right direction. Make sure you're making the correct use of your time. You're not spending your time the wrong way, and you're not wasting your limited amount of time doing things that will not transform into sales. The courage, I want you to have the courage to believe that taking control of your life and your future is just one decision away, guys. Like, if you are serious, you can get started right now. Like, if you are dead serious about changing your future in the next 12 months, of seeing that extra cash flow in the next 12 months, you're just one decision away. So if you want to make extra 10K in the next 12 months from selling SVG cut files, by just working 1 to 2 hours a day, this is the time to get started. And if you want to learn how to get started, sign up for my free masterclass at jav.svgsuperstar, where I will show you the step-by-step method for starting a successful SVG business. So that is it from me for now. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year as well. I'll be going live every day to share my thoughts on starting an SVG business for the next couple of days, so that I can help you in making the right decision for yourself and for your future. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. All right, so that is it for now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.